getting to the point where I'm no fun anymore. I am sorry.
First of all, how did it start?
Well, we were a bunch of people trying to blow ourselves loose from the 50s, from Pat Boone and White Bucks, you know, from Father Knows Best. That was an age we wanted to leave behind, and maybe rightly so. So when the idea of smoking a joint, you know, came along, we thought, wow, this is pretty wonderful. And we embraced it. We thought, wow, this is going to give us all kinds of wild new ideas. And maybe it did, maybe it didn't, maybe the ideas would have come anyway, but we loved it. Then we encountered hard drugs, which of course, as you know, although the government doesn't seem to know it, are completely different, pure poison. And they pretty much destroyed my life over a period of time, or I destroyed my life with their help. And that's where experimenting can get you in a lot of trouble. That's like experimenting when you're trying to climb up Half Dome without a rope. Not a good place to be.
Well, I'm smiling, but it wasn't funny at the time.
No, it wasn't funny at all.
Was
I wound
serious.
up in a Texas prison. How funny could it be?
And you were in prison for how long?
A year.
Was that the low point?
Yeah. You know, it's low point and high point. I wrote that judge who put me in that prison a thank you letter later on. And I said, I know that every day people show up in front of your court that you've seen before and that you've given a sentence to. And he wasn't a mean guy or anything. He was a guy trying to do a good job. And I said, this one time I wanted you to know it worked. I'm married, I'm working, I'm sober, I'm being tested sober, I'm going to AA, I'm happy, my life's working. The whole thing actually worked the way it was supposed to. And I just thought it might help you if you knew that every once in a while you win one.
If you hadn't gone to prison, if the judge hadn't sentenced you to prison, do you think you'd be alive today?
No. I can say that with almost absolute certainty. I would not have.
So in that sense, going to prison saved your life.
I think it did.
Well, I'm a great believer you are what your record is, and your record shows that you did straighten up and you did become, did you ever, a productive member of society. What turned it around for you and when?
I think one of the biggest factors was my wife, Jan. You know, we went downhill together, and when I gave myself up, I surrendered myself to the authorities and willingly went to prison. She went into treatment. When I got out, we got together, and I think a lot of it was her support and her saying, let's go to a meeting, and finding, you know, other things of value to put our time and effort into rather than trying to find more drugs.
You've been married how long?
36 years. And I think we're incredibly lucky that we're still together, because I would not be alive if she hadn't been there to help me through it.
Cannot tell